What's up, YouTube? It's the quintessential tuber here, and I got another good video for you. This one, if you saw the title, I called I'm Not Lazy, I'm an Introvert. And this goes back to the time where, as an introvert, one of my pet peeves about being an introvert was that people will always say that they think I'm lazy. And that's because introverts, we kind of come and go, move and so forth to our own beat, our own pace. And sometimes it seems like to others that we're lazy because we may not be as energetic in the things that we do. So in this video, I'm going to explain, or I'm going to give you some steps or some advice, however you want to call it, of things that you can do to be a more energetic introvert. That is, if you are an introvert and you are bothered by people saying that they think that you're lazy. So these are my suggestions if you want to be a more energetic introvert. So let's get to it. So to be a more energetic introvert, I have 4 steps. And of the 4, number 1, I say sleep less. The reason why I say sleep less is because all of this is based on strengthening your mind. Strengthening your mind. So if you sleep less, well, I can't necessarily say sleep less because I do not know how much time you sleep. But generally, introverts need more sleep than extroverts. So if you're one of those 10-hour introverts where you sleep for 10 hours, I would say progressively cut down the amount of time that you sleep until you get it down to around 6 hours. The reason why I say cut down on your sleep is because this will strengthen your mind, because you will be engaging the world more. You will be more active mentally. It will require your mind to break that barrier of needing more sleep, and it's more stimulus for your brain, and this will strengthen your brain. So sleep less. If you're a person that sleeps for 8 hours, maybe try to work it down to 6 hours. So just try to lessen your sleep. It'll strengthen your mind. It'll help you be more energetic. And this is with progress and over time. It's not going to happen overnight. Everyone's different. So do it according to your pace. Number 2, read and do things that, no, I'm sorry, that's not number 2. Number 2 is learn and experience new things. This also is a mental stimulus. Reading is quite boring, I guess, if you're not reading something exciting or if you do not like reading. But reading is a real serious mental exercise. Reading is very stimulating for the mind. And experiencing something new. Of course, when you do something over and over again, excuse me, I got a cough. I don't feel like editing everything, so I'm going to keep that cough in. But experiencing new things is, I don't know if you have ever heard of the term muscle memory. Anybody who is in athletics know what muscle memory is. You can exercise your muscles the same way over and over again, and you see no growth and you see no strength. It's like you've reached a plateau. That's because your your muscles have adapted to those exercises or that form of exercising where there's no more improvement. Same way with your mind. You can learn a job, learn a task, learn a trade, learn a skill, anything. And in the beginning it's difficult. But over time it becomes easier to the point where it's like second nature. So that's why I say learn and experience new things, because this will strengthen your mind when you learn something new. So this will help you become a more energetic introvert. Learning something new. Your mind is getting stronger. You know, it's forced to adapt to these new things. It's like a new environment. Alright, so number 3. Read and do things that are mentally challenging. Now the first one I said learn and experience new things. And I did mention read. So, but learn. Sometimes you have to read to learn, but not always read. Sometimes you learn new things just by hands-on. But this one, read and do things that are mentally challenging. Reading is boring, unless you like to read, unless you're a person that like to read novels. I personally used to like to read computer books because I'm into coding. But we can do things that are mentally challenging. And mentally challenging, that can be anything. Like, I just recently learned how to solve this Rubik's Cube. And that was mentally challenging to me. And I occasionally will solve my Rubik's Cube. Even though I memorized it and I know it, I will occasionally solve it just to keep it in my memory. But try to learn something that's mentally challenging. And I had a video where I mentioned learning chess. That is very mentally challenging. Some people do Sudoku, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. Do something that is very mentally challenging to strengthen your brain. And as I said, all of these things, and there's another one, but these things can contribute to you being more energetic as a person because your mind is getting stronger along the way. I don't know if I'm done with that subject. It seems like there's more that I want to say about it. But let's move on to the next thing. Number 4, and this is the last suggestion that I have. Be a little more social. Now, as introverts, we really value our own time. We like to be alone, and that's how we energize ourselves. Well, basically what we're doing is we're de-stressing, because I mentioned also about introverts having high brainstem energy. But the reason why I say be a little more social, and I say a little more social, the reason why I say that is because this kind of falls into the category of something new. If you are social, I'm saying be a little more social. If you aren't, be a little social. This also is going to help strengthen your mind. It's going to help make your brain adapt. And I think, me personally, with all 4 of these things included, this will make you a well-rounded person. It will really help your brain to make you a completely different type of person, to the point where you won't seem, or you will not be as slow moving as you usually are or used to be. You will be more energetic. I mean, your mind will be like rapid fire, anything you want to do. Because introverts, we tend to like to think about things before we actually do it. We give it some thought. And a lot of things about a lot of introverts is kind of in slow motion. But you do these 4 things, and I'm not saying this is everything. This isn't all inclusive. And of course, I made it general because it can be anything in those categories. But if you do these things and things similar to it, I guarantee that you will be a more energetic introvert. And the reason why I say I guarantee is because I actually have done this myself. I was the type of introvert where people be like, man, this guy is lazy. You know, because I was slow moving. I would sleep 10 hours a day. I do things and I would sit there and I would think about it for a while before I do it. And sometimes just being an introvert, you just kind of do things at your own pace. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you are the type of introvert that you are looking forward to change, you want to be a more energetic person, try these suggestions. Try them. And give it time, especially with the sleep deprivation. Give it time, because I do not want you to be in traffic, have sleep, get in an accident, and injure yourself or someone else. So do all these things with time. You know, it'll help you to learn and understand yourself better. And I hope that this is some help to anyone who is watching, because like I said, I did this myself and I am a more energetic introvert. So that's just a little bit from me, some tips, some suggestions. So I hope you like this video, and thanks for watching. And just one other thing I want to say. I've been making these YouTube videos for 2 years now, and I did not think that I would have any subscribers, and I did not think that this would be my primary subject on my channel. But to all my subscribers and all my viewers, even if you aren't a subscriber, I thank you for a productive 2 years. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't continue to make these videos. If it wasn't for you, I would not have learned about videography as much as I have done. I mean, I've bought a lot of equipment to get good at this. My videos are fairly decent now, and if you look at some of my older videos, oh wow, the production quality was atrocious. The editing was bad. Oh man, the pictures would be like little teeny pictures inside the screen. But I just want to say I appreciate all my subscribers, and I appreciate all my viewers. So thank you. This wouldn't be possible without you having the interest. So this is the Quintessential Tuber, and see you next time.